Okay, so now we are going to do a mascara tutorial with the Gucci. And so the first thing that we're going to do is use the eyelash curler. And you literally just lay the eyelash curler on your lid and just put a little pressure and it'll pop all your lashes up and you clamp down. That's how you get them to pop up, so that people say, well, stick it in my eye. Well, just lay it on your lid. And when you put just a little bit of pressure, you know, kind of push down, all your little lashes will pop up. And that's when you clamp down on them. And I hold it for, sometimes I've held as long as a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When I was younger, I used to do a portion of mascara and then come back. And my eyelash curlers were gross. I always do at least 2 passes, and the reason is so that I don't have the same crimp line. Right on the lid, up come the lashes, and then clamp down again. I'm doing a little bit of a bouncy with my fingers, as you can see. I'm not opening back up and just putting a little pressure. And then I let it out, just open it and let it out a little, and then turn it back towards the socket. And what that does is it makes it more of a curl. Y'all, this is why I do not like lip gloss. It's going, it always has. It's going in the wrinkles on either side of my mouth that turn down, especially at this age. It just looks awful. It looks like I just ate pimento cheese. It sure does. That used to be my thing. My mother had that problem, and I would say, Mom, pimento cheese, because she would eat pimento cheese sandwiches, and it would be in those little wrinkles, just like my mascara. I mean, my lip gloss. Okay, so I've done 2 passes. Let's try this Gucci. It's really beautiful packaging. It's this kind of creamy. It's got an underhue of peachy pink, but it's really cream colored, and it's beautiful gold etched lid. And now I'm just going to tip the ends like I always do. I doubt this is even water resistant, to be honest with you. I think this is probably just regular old mascara. It does have a comb through spoolie versus a brush. And let's just see how well it takes what we just put on off and spreads it around. So it's not flexible, which is good. I do not like it when it's flexible, because then there's no resistance to pull back off what you just put on, which means it's much easier to build without clumping. I have to say, this formula is very clean, which is not what I would have expected, honestly, from a high-end. But it is. Kind of reminds me of my Chanel, which is another high-end. So why am I putting down high-end? I don't know. You know what else I just noticed? This looks more like a brown black than a black. So it's going to have more of a natural look, I think. I'm still going to tip out the ends over here towards the ear and over here towards the nose. So you can see all the little fingerlings of lashes. That's 1 pass. What do y'all think compared to just an eye without any? I mean, I think it's plenty enough for everyday look. Y'all know me. I will likely do 2 passes. Okay, so again, look how I just put this on the lid and push down a little and up pop those lashes, and then you just clamp down on them. You know what? If an eyelash curler is something that freaks you out or stresses you out, or you're not comfortable putting it on your eye, don't use one. You know, you can just use your finger to kind of bend your lashes back a little. For me, my lashes have started, especially since I went through menopause, y'all, it's like they just grow down instead of straight out or up. They grow down. And so I really do need to use an eyelash curler and waterproof, good waterproof mascara. But it is hard to get all that off, and so unless there's a special occasion, just for every day, I'm not doing all that. Because, I mean, all day I sit at my own desk in my home, and when I see my husband, we're usually, you know, having dinner. And then, you know, I'm taking makeup off, getting ready for bed, so it just doesn't make sense. Except to use, if I use mascara at all, sometimes I just use liner. And I use it on the waterline, which is your, instead of your lower waterline, it's your upper waterline, which people call tight lining. And you're like, oh my gosh, Beth, that's going to like poke you in the eye. It feels like that at first, but you get very used to it. And it's It's just easy. It gives you the coloring around the eyelids. But if you want lashes, then you have to do lashes. I was just going to show you real quick with your finger. Literally just put it underneath your lashes and just kind of bend it back and hold it. Like that. You can hold it for as long as you want, but I've used an eyelash curler, so I'm going to keep going. My finger is hurting so bad today, y'all. I jammed it yesterday. So I'm going to get a little closer so you can see. Squint so that it doesn't hit your eyelid. And just tip out the ends a couple of times. Just make sure you get the ends good and wet. Stay squinted, because if you look up, it's going to go all over your eye. Okay? Do you see how it's just tipped out there? Now I'm going to come underneath all the way to the rim and slowly come through. Again, that's why it's good to have a brush that has a comb on it for the spoolie instead of a brush. I like having the little plastic pricklies. That's a pretty good pass, y'all, for first. It helped get it all off as far as the excess, and then whatever's left on the brush, you just do a little wiggle wiggle at the base of the lash and down. Wiggle wiggle down. You're not getting the tip ends yet. Okay, there we go. And then you can use the tip end over here to go towards the ear and over here to go towards the nose. And we're done. And that literally can be your look for the day. You can do another pass when it's almost dry, but not when it's dry, because when it's dry, then you're like crunching through it. So you need to do it when it's still slightly tacky, which it still is. So I'll go ahead and do 2 passes. So over here, you're going to tip it out again. Okay. And then you're going to come right at the base. Open your eyes big, right at the base, and come through very slowly. Some people do this very fast, and I think that looks silly. Usually it's young people that are just hyper anyway. I remember I was like that. So I shouldn't call them silly. But you are silly when you're younger. I'm silly when I'm older, though. Okay, here's the problem. Because my lashes are going in such weird directions now, it's just kind of hard to get them to stand up because, like I said, this is not waterproof. I'm going to do a wiggle wiggle down, wiggle wiggle down, wiggle wiggle down. Then it's already dried enough that I'm not going to do that more than once. But I can't really get the direction I want out of these lashes right now. I'm going to squint so it'll lift the lashes off this lower lash line, tipping the ends out real good, and then I'm just using the very tip end to kind of pull them down straight. Same thing here, just kind of pull those down, pull those over, and that's enough. So what would I say about this? Is it good mascara? Yes, it was fine. It's Gucci, and you're paying for the name more than you are a formula. I would tell you when I did Chanel, I really loved the formula, but it was waterproof, and that was part of it. And the brush was part of it, but a lot of makeup lines are using that same kind of prickledy brush that kind of makes it easy to comb through any excess clumping, and still make them look long, and you can manage them. See how I'm kind of managing them with the brush? But they just want to go down instead of up. I don't know why. People say, what's the eyelash curler? No, they were like that before the eyelash curler. The eyelash curler is a saving grace trying to get some to go up, at least. But some of them just want squinting, getting the tip ends again real wet, and then just kind of pulling any excess off the ends and pointing the lashes down with the tip end. Make sure I did that good over here. Oh, there we go. So that's it. That definitely doesn't want to. It's just my eyes right now, you know. So that's the look. By the way, I haven't cut my hair, my ponytail. I'm using ponytails a lot lately. For one thing, my husband likes it, and I want to please him. Give myself some bangs back. Here. So that's the look. pretty. I like it. I like it. I want to kind of get rid of that right there. And I just use the meaty part of my hand. Just do a pass or two just to make sure there's no excess makeup there. And just make sure if you rub up, it doesn't go up on your forehead. I'll pick that up in a second. Same thing on the inner part of your nose right there. Just make sure there's no lines. So that's the look. And I do not have my brush, so I'll have to, my towel, makeup towel here, so I got to go wipe my hands off. But anyway, that's the look. So when you see me next, I will be announcing who the 2 winners are for the videos. And then after that, probably tomorrow, I'm going to do another video where we are going to do box A, B, C, D, E, and we are just going to, I'm going to give them all away at one time. And I will probably, this time, instead of waiting 2 weeks, I will probably only wait a week. Because one of you commented that you'd waited 8 days and were afraid you'd missed it. I usually try to wait a couple of weeks because I know that not everybody is on the computer every single day. Or you may get busy and you might miss, or you may be new to the channel and you got to find me. So, anyway, sorry I had to pick this up. I'm fixing to make the announcement. It won't be with the doggy song, the doggy bag song, because Lance does not have time and I don't want to keep holding it up. He's busy today and he was busy yesterday, and I'm like, you could just come real quick and do the doggy bag song. He's like, babe, I really can't. So let's just get, it's the first time in history we will not use the doggy bag song. For some of you who don't know what that is, just go look at some of my old channels, old videos where I sang the doggy bag song to announce the winner. This time I'm just going to announce it with words. Okay, y'all. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.